Gods and Humans, a novel by Nicu Stanciu. Read by Nicu Stanciu. Chapter 3. Humans, Gods, and Monsters. Mommy, why don't I have a daddy like other children? Oh, honey, but you do have a daddy, only he's not here. But where is he? He's away in a big boat, sailing on the sea. Why is he in a big boat sailing across the sea? Because he's a sailor, and that's what sailors do. They sail. What is a sailor? A sailor is someone who sails, sort of like Ulysses. And who is Ulysses? He was a king and a very wise man. And was he gone away from home like my daddy? Yes, he was. But why? Well, he needed to see the world. I don't understand. Why did he need to see the world? Because after he would see the world with his own eyes, he would know there's no better place than home, neither one more beautiful, and he will come back, carrying many precious things from across the seas, and he and his loved ones will become rich and live happily ever after, and he will never leave again. Never, and they will be rich and live happily ever after? All of them together, mommy and daddy and the boy? Exactly. I can't wait that daddy comes back. He will, you'll see. Mommy, may I go outside and play? Yes, you may. It was afternoon and the street was empty at that hour. Only birds singing and bees pollinating the many flowers from neighboring gardens, collecting nectar and pollen, and the cats of the neighbors, which he knew very well, sleeping in the shade of the houses or under the trees after they ate a mouse or better, some leftovers from the tables of their human masters, preferably fish dishes, which they adored with a holy appetite. Apart from that, everything was deepened in silence, and it would have gone like that for hours if from a courtyard a few houses down the street a strange noise wouldn't have made itself heard. It sounded like metal hitting something hard, on and on, like a woodpecker. The boy knew that noise very well, yet he never knew what did it. He stopped for a second and prickled his ears. The noise stopped. Then suddenly it came out again, even louder. What if, he thought, and without much pondering, he darted forward. He halted in front of the house and tried to peek through the closed gates. He saw nothing. He tried the gate and saw it was open. He pushed it slowly, assured there was no dog inside or any other danger, then entered. The courtyard was paved with natural stones, and there were beautiful shrubs and flowers: oleanders, jasmine and honeysuckle, orange and lemon trees, and even a few small cypresses and a big bougainvillea scrambling all over the walls. There was even a big cactus, 2 meters and a half tall, near one of the walls. From the outside, one couldn't think there was enough space for all those plants to fit in properly. But it was, and they did. When everything is organized and the space is well partitioned, you can do miracles, even in a small courtyard like this. Although, for a small kid, it didn't look so small either. He went round the house, for it was there where the noise came from. After the last corner, his eyes suddenly saw something that, at first, couldn't quite understand. 10 meters away from him, there suddenly appeared an old man who, with a hammer in his right hand, hit hard a metal thing he held in his left one. The metal thing looked like a pointy head of a spear, but not quite that pointy, and it knocked into a big block of stone, making small fragments of rock split and jump away. The kid didn't know what that was or what was the old man up to. He saw him many times going down or up the street, but apart from that, He knew nothing about him, and he couldn't see quite well the block of stone either, for the old man was standing mostly with his back to him and was covering three-quarters of the view, for he was wide in shoulders and had big muscular arms and a fat belly too. So he sneaked even close behind him and tried to see what was going on. But the next instant, the old man, who saw the boy's reflection in one of the windows, suddenly turned back and caught him in the act. "What are you doing here, you little rat?" "Ah!" the boy yelled and stole it away. The old man ran after him. "Hey, wait a minute, I won't eat you." But the boy didn't even hear. His feet ran so fast that he couldn't stop them now, nor make them listen. "Hey, don't you hear me? I won't bite." At this, the little one seemed to reduce his speed and even stop a moment after. He was gasping and turned back a frightened red face. "Come back. I won't harm you, I promise. Come, little one, don't be afraid. I'll show you something. You won't slap me? No. Not even pull me by the ears? No, ha ha. Nothing of that sort. I only want to show you my work. You promise? I promise. All right." The kid plucked his courage and went back to the old man. "My name is Dionysus," he said, stretching to him a hand no smaller than a shovel. "Mine is Hephaestus," replied the kid, intimidated. His little hand was a tenth of the old man's. "Nice to meet you, Hephaestus." "Nice to meet you too, Dionysus." They went to the back of the house and approached the block of stone. "This stone is called marble," said the old man. "Marble?" "Yes, and what I do with it is called sculpture." "Sculpture," repeated the boy. Then he frowned, suddenly curious. "What is that? It looks like a hand." "You see well, for a hand it is." "But where is the man?" "The man is inside the stone." "Inside the stone? Wow! Can he breathe there?" "Hardly. That's why I'm gonna get him out of there." "Get him out of there? But how?" "With this," said the old man and showed him his tools. "What is that in your hand?" "That is a hammer." "And that in your other hand?" "A chisel." "Can I hold them?" The old man handed him over the tools. "Whoa, they're so heavy. Careful not to drop them on your feet." The kid handed them back. "Show me how you do." "Step aside. There. Now look." He put the chisel with the sharp end to the rock and hit its other end with the hammer. It gave out the same noise that the kid heard earlier. Bit by bit, we cast off the rock, and the man inside will get out eventually. "Got it?" said the old man. "Not quite." The man stopped and put the tools aside. "Come, I'll show you something else." He got inside a sort of barn, and the kid followed him. But very soon, as his eyes adjusted to the dimmer light inside, he went jaw dropping. Wow! For a few moments he stood there speechless, staring all around, turning his head slowly from one marvel to another. "What are these? What do they look like?" He shyly made a few steps, approaching the incredible things. "They look like people." "Exactly." He gazed at the big head of white marble, one with a beard and a frowned expression. "Who is this?" "Zeus." "You know him?" "Well, not quite. He's a god." "A god? Yeah. But why is he so grumpy?" "Because he has to be feared." "Feared by whom?" "By gods and men alike." "Hmm. And this?" "That is Venus." "She also a god?" "A goddess. She's a woman, and women are goddesses, not gods." "But why is she naked?" "Ha ha! She just took a bath, I think. Or maybe she wanted to get a full body tan. That's weird. If you say so, ha ha ha. And that is. Oh, he suddenly jumped, dumbstruck, and shuddered like hell. In front of him was the hideous head of a monster, and its hair was full of snakes. Snakes! He ran backwards without being able to command his poor feet, and as if the eye contact with the atrocious creature wasn't enough, he hit his back against a wooden pedestal on which there was a big head cast in bronze. The figure swayed dangerously above the boy's head like a huge pendulum, and was about to fall when the old man, who had no time to avert him, not even air to shout, his panic all turned in a quick reflex and in an instant almost flew from where he stood like an arrow from a bow, got hold of both the pedestal and the bronze head in the last possible moment, and stabilized them. Both of them, boy and elder, were now shaking, gasping like horses. Man, you scared the hell out of me. But that's a monster, the boy stammered. That that is Medusa. And yeah, she was a monster. Oh, she's so ugly. And those are snakes. Yes, they are. But they are no more alive than the floor on which we stand. No more alive? It's a statue. She won't bite you because statues can move. She won't? No, go on, touch it. But I'm scared. Don't be. I'll touch it first, all right. The man approached and touched it. See, nothing happened. Now it's your turn. The kid came near, but he didn't dare touch. Come on, be brave. Look, I'm holding my hand on it. The kid finally reached for it, but when he barely touched it, he drew his arm back, fast like a bullet. Are you a kitten? No. Yes, you are. No, I'm not a kitten. Look. And he put his hand on the head and let it there. See? What did I tell you? It's harmless. But if she were alive. Ha! The old man suddenly snapped at the boy's hand like a wild beast, and the boy drew it back frightened. Ah! He yelled. Ha 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 ha! Bursted out the old man. He couldn't stop for a while, his laughter making the windows tremble and quake. The kid frowned. Not fair! Not fair! Ah ha 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 ha! Went on the old man, killing himself with laughter. Then the kid went laughing too. They couldn't stop for a while. The thing got hold of them both. It's been quite a while since I haven't laughed like that. You're such a figure, little one, you know. A figure? I mean funny. Oh, so why did you make this monster? Well, it was a commission. A commission? What is that? It's for money. I need money to live. Money to buy food and clothes? Yeah, quite so. I know. Mommy works for money too. We buy food and clothes too. But she didn't make no monsters. Well, one does what one knows. Your mommy does what she knows best. I make people and gods and monsters. You're strange, you know. I know.